Now when you're prospecting, it's very important that you keep your eyes open and looking around for all those little signs, all the extra bits of information that you can glean from the landscape so that you can work out where the gold might be. And this video, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of times when I didn't do that, including this one. Mine track. Do you think that might be a clue? So the other day I was here, I was looking for a mine site that I'd seen when I was out this way cutting firewood. And one time when I was going the back way from the firewood lot this way, I remember coming across this mine. Now I tried to find it coming from the other direction, but couldn't. So now I've come back to the firewood coop, which I know was where I left from. I'm going back that way, back this way, and see if we can find it. Sometimes you can be so silly. I just came up to this T intersection and I thought, oh, geez, look at all the quartz. And I've got out of the car to look at it, and then I've realized, I've driven past a mullikeep and I've stopped right next to one. So what do we got here? Some quartz in that. Quartz and looks like some sort of, maybe a sandstone. Lots and lots of clay out of this hole. Oop. And someone's got rid of their fencing wire waste. Well, this is nearer to where I thought I was going, but it's not where I thought I was going. Where I'm looking for is much closer to water. And on that side of the track, there was a big hill up, and the mine was sort of up the hills away. There's a real good chance that waste could have fallen off that mine slope and been taken down into the neighbouring creeks. Whereas here, well, when I finally get a monster, this is probably a good place to come back to and check out. Although, oh no, that looks like an echidna, not a person. Those damn echidnas, they never fill their holes in. And this quartz looks very blonde, although it might be weathered. It's weathered. Interesting. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm no longer on the track that I was hoping to be on, because I am, heading the wrong way. Bugger. Okay, we're heading downhill a lot now, and I'm hoping, according to the map, we'll come to a creek. This road crosses. Now, whether I'll be able to cross it with the car or not, I'm not too fussed about. What I want to see if there's water there and what the creek looks like. Because now that we've sort of been turned around by my choices of road, we're actually well down the hill from those mines we were looking at earlier. Now, over yonder, where it's nice and steep, I reckon I can see some bedrock in the side of the gully there. Well, over there was where I was aiming for. And there's the car, but look at this. This is lovely. So we've got a bit of inside bend here. This lovely shelf of bedrock. We've got this looks like a boil hole here with this flat rock sitting in it. And this rock here looks rather interesting with this collection of gravels in there. It's one of the features of these areas is that you've got a lot of topsoil with the channel that's sort of cut through the topsoil. It's relatively rare to actually find bedrock on the bottom. As much bedrock as this anyway. Nice little gravels caught in there. Yeah, look, I don't think we need to go any further. The dirt's starting to get interesting. Most of it has been fairly loose, but I've just got my first shovel out where it was sticking to the shovel because of the clay. So I'm going to pan off what's in the pan, see if there's anything in it, and then I'm going to come back and see if we can target just that clay layer and get some of that out. Now, no gold, but there are a bunch of those little black gems. that are a good sign. Well, more black gems, but not a speck of colour. Mind you, I can't get into that crevice very well because I don't have much gear with me. I don't have anything like a crevicing tool. And I think someone's been there before me because I pulled this rock out, which didn't look like it was sitting natural. It looked like the kind of thing that someone had just sort of thrown back in the hole. And I put my hand down there, pulled some stuff out, and I just got organic matter. So I'm thinking I either need to find somewhere they haven't been or come back with better gear. Well, I didn't find any colour, but I think this is an area that is definitely worth checking out some more. Because paying a bit more attention, I'm on a bench and there's mine holes, alluvial mine holes, there, in fact all the way up there. And that looks like where they've taken the bench back to up that way. So I reckon walking further up this gully, we're getting a little bit further from where people are likely to have pulled up. Probably a good bet. The things you see when you're paying attention, that's not natural. That's been piled up by the old timers. Oh, incidentally, since I was here, I grabbed a sample from the bench, from the wall, and tried that. Didn't find anything. But, you know, it was worth a shot. But it looks like someone's definitely worked this area in at least 3 crevices. And, well, they might have done that if they found nothing in the first one. I don't think so. Well, I found it. I don't know how I found it. It's pure luck that I found it because it's nowhere near where I thought it was. But there's the creek down there, along all that scrub. But there's the hill. Now, when I was much younger, I climbed up that and ran up it when I was fit, and there's a mine on the top and at the back. Not going up there today because while I'm not exactly old, I'm certainly not fit. Not running up hills fit anyway. But there's a track up here. I'm going to head down that to the creek and have a look. Well, I found a spot below that mine on the creek, and it's pretty full on. So it looks like some forestry guys have been in here and really turned the place over. And what they would have been getting rid of is this stuff here, which used to be gorse, sometimes known as furze. It's very prickly, it's a noxious weed. So I reckon this place would be fabulous because all of this was overgrown with gorse until very recently, which means no one will have dug over these gravels anytime recently. And I've just spent some time mucking around down at the ford and I have found some specks. Now the crevices here would have been all nicely cleaned out because they're easy to get to. So what I did was I just dug a hole, and that white stuff you see there is actually the decomposing bedrock. So I've taken that right down to bedrock, and it's not a prime location by any means, but I got a couple of tiny micro dots. So there's definitely gold here. And this would be a great place to bring a detector because, again, all of that was underneath gorse until relatively recently. And judging by the mess of it, probably talking 20 years, which means no one's gone over it with a modern detector. So if I can get me one of them in the near future, I reckon coming back down here would be a really good idea. Most of this was filmed a while ago. It was actually back in October and I sort of haven't got around to putting it together. I've now got the loan of an SDC 2300 and on Wednesday I've got to go to Daylesford for some other reasons, so I'm planning to make a quick detour and have a bit of a swing in that area. So stay tuned and I'll let you know what I find. Catch you guys later.